Yes, go ahead, Mr.
You want
Muhammad.
to you want to go to Madison Square Garden? Eddie Hearn Jr. What's the kid name? Last name Hitchins.
When's he fighting?
June 14th, Madison Square Garden.
Oh, that's exciting.
Fred,
He's fighting George Kambosos though, so a punching bag.
Will Campbell's a tough cookie now. He gonna come here and lay down because he came here and got upset in the garden. He might get another upset in the garden, man. You
I
know he got
mean,
an upset in the garden over Tio.
I remember.
So he can get another upset. What you think?
No, I don't think you get an upset, and I have no qualms with Richardson Hitchison. I
Free. This
yes.
guy can't punch a lick. He can't even break an egg.
Who Richardson Hitchison?
Yeah, he can't break an egg.
Can he scramble it?
Yeah, he gets thrown to the bed.
Well, if his
So there
jab
you
can
go.
scramble the eggs, he ain't got to. He'll get someone else to break it.
There you go. He's scrambling to the bed.
Yeah. So,
But what I will say to your fans and mine fans, Kambosos ain't no pushover.
man, Cambosis is here for his last check, and
Man,
he
why
go.
you say the man coming for a check, man?
Man, come on, man.
He got to hold it. He done got 5 checks now. Is it 5, Fred? He
Too
got a
many to
check with
count. Too
Theo.
many to count.
Fred, this is his fifth. This is his fifth big check. He
Okay.
got a, he got a check for Theo. He got 2 checks for Devin Haney. He got a check for Lamachenko. Now he get then he get another check for Hitchison. You saying this is his last check? Why you
Yeah.
say this is the man's last check, Fred? Why you talk about the Australian former champion like that, man? That's a shame, Fred. Come out of Harlem, you talk about the champ coming for the last check.
Yeah.
So you saying the man coming for a payday? You ought to stop that barbershop conversation.
Yeah. I like how you egging me on. Now. Hey, you remember how you bought that? Remember when you bought your kids that remote control car with the tracks?
That was 100 years ago.
Okay, that's George Kambosos. He's that car that just keep on hitting the wall in the ring. He's there.
That is crazy, Fred. That's crazy. You talk
That's
about the
what he
man like
is,
that.
man. That's what
You
he is.
trying to say the man come to lay down?
He just bounce in the ring and don't throw punches, man. He
You
ain't.
trying to say that? But he throw punch against T.O.
That was five. That was pre-COVID.
So
That
you
was
saying,
pre-COVID,
but
man.
so
That was
Fred,
5 years
so
ago.
you saying the man coming in to lay down?
Yeah, it's gonna be a boring fight. Um, Richardson Hitchens is gonna win by UD.
Fred,
And yes,
Camboza punch better than him,
I think Richardson Hitchens is in his groove right now.
but he can't punch.
He
He ain't Tommy Ray. You know how to weather the storm. You ain't
Cambosos
giving
got.
Camboza a chance in the house that he won the title.
Oh, he has a chance.
What is wrong with you, conversation, Fred?
He has a
I
chance,
believe
man.
that. I believe you done bounced a basketball with my little niece and nephew, your children. That your mind is on basketball.
It's always on basketball.
That is crazy. You said that. I want the world to know that barbershop conversation Fred said the man coming here to get his last payday.
Yeah, and he's
Crazy
gonna be he gonna live like an emperor in
in Australia.
Australia.
That's crazy, Fred. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
he about to live his best life. This is
Okay,
his last camp.
now you know if the upset come, you know I'm gonna get on you. You know that, right?
Oh yeah, I know you are.
But what I will say, Fred, it's a good undercard. It's a good Spanish undercard.
Oh really?
They're gonna sell out the they're gonna sell out the theater.
Good. I mean, Richardson Henderson did what's best for his career, man. Floyd and Leonard destroyed it, and he got a resurgence with Eddie Hearn, and Eddie Hearn is doing right by him, based off of how Richardson Henderson is speaking of him. And he's a world champion now, or is he going to fight for world champion?
He's the world champion.
Oh, he is now. He's a world champion. Okay, so
Yeah, and he can finish. See, Eddie did smart. His
yep,
first defense, Eddie bring him home.
right,
He is a New York kid.
right, right.
But that undercard is a good Spanish undercard. couple guys from Brooklyn,
Good.
Spanish, and
Good.
and a couple guys from the Bronx.
Good.
And and Blanca's is on another card.
Oh, Belonga is on the card?
Yeah, Blanca's on that card, and Barboza, and Barboza, all them guys on that card. It's a good card. It's a
Okay.
good New York card.
Okay.
And for what I'm understanding, the theater's almost sold out.
I'm happy for him.
And the theater holds about 6,500.
Yeah, good. I'm happy. I'm happy.
The whole felt form.
Yeah, he got a show. He got a show out now.
Yeah, but I don't know if he can beat Kambosos now.
Well,
Kambosos knows if he beat the champion, there's one more big payday.
yeah.
Even though you said this is his last payday. See, if he pull this off, he can move up and fight T.O., Devin, any of them again and get another payday. Now if that happens, then I could agree with you that's his last hurrah.
Hmm.
But he got a hell of a payday. He got more for Lomachenko than got for the two with Devin.
Mm.
Where do you think Devin go from here? Where if you was to advise Bill, where would you tell Bill to take him?
Mm. One thing I would do, and I one thing I would do, and I'm just being logical. I would get. I don't know how structured it is, but I would get his home in order. Um, I don't know if he's married, unmarried, got a baby on the way. I don't know. I haven't been keeping up.
We got a now, I don't know if he married her, but I met his girlfriend. She's a young lady. Ludabella had a small show. He brought over. He said, "Champ, I want you to meet my girl." I don't know. He said, "Girl or wife or whatever." He said, "She said she's one of the women you talk about that a fighter should have." And I had her since day one. That's what he told me out of his own mouth. She was standing there. I went to a Ludabella club show in New York, and he introduced me to her. He's a
Okay.
nice kid, Fred. He's a nice kid.
No, I
Very humble and very respectful to his elder. I've seen how he helped a lot of old elders at the fight.
yeah, you'll never hear me say nothing bad about Devin as the person. I was around him a lot early. I haven't been around him the last 5 years, but I still hold on to the
Oh, he's a
character.
good kid.
Yeah, I still hold
He's
on to
a
the
good kid.
character of Devin. Oh, for sure, for
But talking
sure.
about Hitchins is a good kid, Fred. Hitchins is a good kid. Now, going back to Devin for a second, where would you advise Bill
Um,
to take him?
I would try and fight Rolly. I would fight Rolly. Uh, that's a good fight that you can put in Las Vegas. It'll sell. You can get 10 to 15,000 people in the arena. You know,
Do you think? I don't know who is Rolly with Oscar.
he's with Hollywood Charades.
Not to my knowledge, because Sam wasn't there for him. Sam
Yeah.
was there for Barbosa.
Nah, he's with them because he was just at Rolly was just at Caleb Plant's press conference, so he's with them.
Oh, he with them.
Yeah,
Oh, Barbosa's not with them.
Barbosa is with Oscar.
Oh, he with Oscar.
Hmm.
Yeah. He was with Oscar.
Right.
So, 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 Fred, that's gonna be a good show. I talked to Kevin Rooney Jr. He said, "I got 4 tickets for you, man." He said, "Just don't bother my father. I know you love my father." He said every time I talk to his father, he asked his father, said, "Big Leon called me." He said he never tells me to call you to do that for him. He always called me and say, "Big Kev, how you doing, old man?" And we bullshit about the old days, how I used to cuss out, cuss used to run me out the gym. He said, "You and Cuss were two funny old guys." But
Oh,
that
oh,
was
oh, Customato.
that's the matter.
Uh-huh.
Fred, I know them all, man. See these people underestimate me. Fred, I'm a polished guy. Your people, your fans, my fans, I'm very polished, Fred.
Well, we got to do a segment on on that camp. Rooney, Tyson.
Steve
And,
Lott,
see,
Jim Jacobs, and
but
Bill
you're not
Payton.
willing to talk about it though. You're not
Yeah,
willing to.
listen,
I'm
listen,
gonna do
listen.
more talking about it than you. You ain't willing to
No, no,
talk about
no,
it.
no, no, no. Listen, y'all. Coming to this to talk about the old days of Tyson with Cuss, Jim Jacobs, my dear friend who died a couple years ago, Steve Lott, who was Tyson's assistant manager. Those was my guys. One thing I can say about Mike Tyson, when he left and went with Don, he said to me, he said, Brother Leon, Brother Captain, you with me? I said, I'm with going to the bank, champ. Whether it's coming from you, coming from Carl King, coming from Bill Caton, Jimmy Jacobs, Steve Lott, or Kevin Rooney Sr. I like going to the bank. I ain't falling in love with no fighter. I love you. You're my Muslim brother. But business is business. I got to eat. My children got to go to college. And Mike said, I understand. You're old street hustler. You're old street hustler like my uncles. You don't bite the hands that feed you. And that's why Mike hugged me the other day and gave me respect. He said, oh, y'all, he's a extortion artist, but if he's loyal to you, he's loyal to you. And I know that for a fact because he was loyal to my old crew. Mike said that. Sam and all of them was standing right there when Mike said that to me and hugged me the other day in New York. He said his loyalty to Eaton and to his family. One lady said, "I see how big his belly is. He had a lot of good steaks in boxing." I said, "Lady, I had more than steaks in boxing." So to show you, Fred, that my loyalty to see everybody knows me, Fred. And sooner or later you'll know that I'm sharper than boxing, Fred. I'm sharper in everything I do.
I believe you.
But see,
I
Fred,
know
I
you to be
see
credible. I know you to be credible. I also know you to withhold information.
who told you that bull child?
What? I'm we got hours. Listen, you're basically like my big uncle at this point. Like
Yeah,
you're blood to me at this point, dog. We just
well,
don't
you
see each other
terrible,
in
bro.
person. Like
You terrible, man.
I
See,
get it.
you know, that's why this guy I'm so sick of. That's why I call his son and daughter my young niece and nephew because I won't have to deal with them if I keep having birthdays.
Hmm. Yeah.
Got to go to ball games and shit. So this shit is crazy. But what I will say, Fred, and I say this in all means, you will never find another guy like Jim Jacobs and Bill Cape. They were strict on Mike, took care of Mike, but Don being DK with that street wisdom, it is what it is. But there's nothing bad I can say about Custody Amata, Jimmy Jacobs, Bill Caton, and Steve Lott
Hmm.
and Kevin Rooney Sr. Kevin Rooney Sr. loved alcohol, but he was a good guy, man. He's a good guy. Kevin Sr. Kevin Jr.'s all right, but I know the father better than I know him. You know, he was a little fighter. I think he was about 70 or 71 when he retired, and Eddie gave him that job to direct the boxing.
Hmm.
But I also know this. So, Fred, I would never hold back when it comes to boxing. You know that.
Oh, you hold back. Oh, for sure.
Whatever hold back it, and we asked me something about fighters and whatever hold back, Fred.
I know I can't have a conversation with you about Mike Tyson. I know I can't. So
Yes, you
I
can.
don't even
Yes,
push it.
you can.
No, I
But see,
can't.
Fred,
No, I can't. No, I
no,
can't.
no, listen.
Because you know what I know.
What do you
You
mean?
know, but here's the catch. You know what I know plus 1,000%.
But Fred, you got to understand the Mike Tyson with Don King. I don't really know the Mike Tyson with Jim Jacobs, Bill Cage, and Custody Amata. I know extra well.
So how old? So so you stopped knowing Mike Tyson at around the age of 24?
I stopped knowing Mike when Mike. Okay, Mike born in '66. How old was he in '88?
22.
22. Okay, when he wound up with Don at 23, 24, 25, right?
Yeah, that's why I said 24.
Yeah. So now when Mike would see me with Don, he would always give me the salam. He would all there go my big brother, this distortion artist there. And at that time, cousin Jimmy was gone, but Bill Cake was still alive. He said, listen, he tell everybody, he said, listen, the man ain't no cross artist. If he with you, he with you. And he's still with my old crew. I ain't mad at him. He feeding his family. Mike could tell you that today. He said, when I left, he kept doing business with Bill Cake and them because Bill Cake and them had Michael Grant and Tommy Morrison and Camacho after Tyson left. They still had meal tickets, Mike original crew. They still had meal tickets because they had not Camacho, Benny Paciano, who fought Duran twice, and they had Michael Grant, who fought Lennox Lewis,
Mhm.
and Dugalada, and they had Tommy Marks, who fought George Foreman. So Mike old crew didn't stop because of Mike, because they had Camacho and all of them, along with Don, before Mike ever came.
Mhm.
And Jim Jake and Steve Lott and them, they was handball champions when handball first got noticed all over the world.
Mhm.
And then Fred, did you know that all the old fights that ESPN got, they bought them from Bill Caton, big
No.
fights? That's who they got it from, big fights. There's a promoter that was involved, still alive, named J. Russell Peltz from
Mhm.
Philadelphia. Was the boss at ESPN at one time.
Mhm.
So, Fred, I know all the crooked stuff, all the good stuff and all the bad stuff. You know that I know, right?
I don't know that you know. I assume you know, and I'll ask questions.
See, see, you always try to put me in the mix, Fred.
I'm not
You
putting you in
know
the
that I
mix.
know. You'll say that you know I don't know, but you don't got, Fred, before you even talk to me, you don't got word from your sources that, oh, he knows. You just got to get it out of him. Fred, you ain't no dummy.
Oh no,
You,
I'm not.
you the educated corporate guy that know how to get what you want. Ain't nothing slow about you. You got that Harlem in you. Ain't nothing slow about you now.
I appreciate if that's a compliment. I appreciate it.
Oh, no, that's an extra compliment.
Oh,
See,
okay.
I did my homework. When the Davis first told me about you, I did my homework on you. I know more about you than you think I know about you.
I want you to know everything. I shit. I mean, shit.
So Fred, you ain't getting no bullshit in the street. You
Uh-uh.
ain't got no skeletons in your clothes. Now you've been straight up with a lot of people. Everybody you came in contact, you've been straight up with you. But you're a hard goddamn journalist. You don't let nobody get away with nothing.
No, I can't because history. This channel is gonna be when we're long gone. This channel is gonna be
Mm-hmm.
in so many documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doing it for today. I mean, we talk about today because it's shits and giggles, right? You know,
Mm-hmm.
the reality is
Mm-hmm.
me asking you these questions, similar to Gene Noble and all those men of the past. This will we doing timeless stuff over here.
Fred, you know what? Somewhere down the line, I'm gonna tell you about my involvement in the civil rights movement in my hometown. Since a lot of stuff I ain't tell you about me,
Hmm.
and that's why people need to get my book, The Rise, Restoration, The Rise and Fall and Restoration of the Country Boy by Dr. Susan Kahn. She wrote about my civil rights, my political stand in Philadelphia, my stand in boxing with all the greats, King, Am, the late Butch Lewis, the old guys, the old mob guys at Madison Square Garden, the old mob guys in Philadelphia that I was alleged associated with
Hmm.
through the press. But to get my book, it'll tell you the story, the rise, restoration, and the fall of the country boy.
Right.
You can get that book by calling 843-781-9395. Get your book. Hear about the country boy. The Rise, Fall, and Restoration of the Country Boy. Dr. Susan R. Kahn. 843-781-9395. Now back to what we were saying, Fred. Before we go to the next and last final take, before for my nephew call you, this is what we're gonna do. Our next stop, we're gonna stop at big fights. Order to get to Mike Tyson, we got to start how it started with cuss and how big fights got involved. That's up next on the next tape down the road. Okay, Fred?
Yes.
Where do we go from here? Where's the next stop? We got three fights in New York. One you don't care about, and then you got the big one in July with Shakur.
Shakur. Hold on.